Welcome to the Sunday morning simulcast with Rom Wills. You have to let some things go. Hey, look, I'm going to tell you something. Going through life. Sometimes the thing holding us back is not the theys or people outside of ourselves. In fact, really, it's never them, really. Yeah, they can try. Hey, there's always some outside force trying to come against you and everything. But ultimately, it's you. Now, I can hit this on several angles, but the angle I'm going to hit it on is when people hold on to something. Like, I give you an example. One of the greatest examples is holding on to a grudge. Like somebody did something to you back in the day. And they were probably willful in it. But you holding on to it still. Now that person, they were probably bad character, bad actor back then. Now they done went through some stuff themselves. They found religion. They totally different. But then you still holding on to some negative stuff that happened back then. They can come up to you and even apologize. Say, you know what, I was messed up and everything. And you still holding on to it. Because I'm going to tell you what. When people don't succeed, it's something inside of them. It ain't the days. It's something inside of them. And we all will hold on to something like a grudge. You holding on to a grudge against that person. That person could die. And you still holding on to it. They still having a place in your head. Because you allowing them to. Oh, it could be a grudge. It could be some incident that nobody did anything to you. Maybe you didn't get that raise on the job. Maybe you didn't get that mate that you thought you were going to get. And you still thinking about that. Yeah, you didn't get that mate you were going to get, or, that person you thought you were in love with them and everything. But you know what? What if the next person was very loving, the next 5 people, but you still thinking about that one? Because you haven't got over that thing. How many of us haven't got over something that happened to us when we were young? Now, in all fairness, I know sometimes it could be some serious trauma. Get some help. I'm saying let that go of things, but you know what? If you need help to let go of it, get it. It's in the past. It's already happened. You can't let it. Most you can do with it is learn from it so you don't make the same mistake or you don't allow it to happen again. But you can't hold on to it. You can't hold on to that long lost love that you had in the past. Because you know what? You may never meet that person again or even something similar. But you got to deal with what's in front of you. You were treated unfairly on that job in the past. Hey, why are you going to hold on to it? Because I'll tell you something. Let me share something. I know there's been times when I've either been treated unfairly on a job. And yes, I've experienced a firing. But the one time I experienced a firing, that same company went out of business a few months later under, shall we say, negative circumstances. So I was like, hey, that was a blessing. Why hold on to it? Why be mad? I laugh about it. That's why I talk about it. I was like, damn, I escaped. Or, somebody treated you bad. They did something. Why you going to hold on to it? Even if it, let me use the example of relationships. Yeah, that person might have did something bad, but they change, you change, and what they did might have led you to something better. It might have caused you to grow up or something, But why hold on to it? It's the past, The thing with the past and things that happened in the past, it happened. The main thing you can do is learn from it. That's the thing, learn from it so you don't make the same mistake again. That's the thing. But you can't still stay mad at a person or hold a grudge or hold on to that incident. What's that doing for you? Because here's the problem with it. When people hold on to stuff, they can't move forward. Their minds are still at that place. The thing is, time is always moving. The earth is always going to rotate. The sun is always going to come up. It's always going to go down. Everything else is going along without you. But you still holding on to that incident or that person or, some circumstance. And you got to let it go. Trust me. And look, I always tell y'all, Like I always say, I'm not a guru on top of the mountain. I've had to go through it. That's how I know. I've had to go through those situations. And I had to look at some stuff. I mean, I would hold on to somewhere. Hey, this happened then. It's like, well, hold up, Ron. Yeah, it happened, but look what's going on for you now. And it was like, boom. In fact, some people have wondered, how could you forgive that person? How can you forgive that person? Easy, it already happened. It's like I'm still breathing. I actually got something out of it. Seriously. Yeah, no, some people say, oh, that ain't funny. Somebody do something. It's like, well, hold up. The thing is, once you start letting stuff go, then you actually see it from a better perspective, because here's another way of looking at it. When you don't hold on to something, then you kind of see a bigger picture. You might see why the situation happened. And the main thing, though, is you'll see how you got into it. It might have been some stuff you did. Like I can think of one situation. I ain't going to get too deep into it, but let's just say circumstances. Like one person was wondering why I wasn't mad at a particular person. And I said, no, because I understand their circumstances, And that's something deeper, because sometimes, something happens, but you don't know what happened to that person. It's a vicious cycle. Sometimes you just have to break it. You have to break it. And you have to let some stuff go. Now, like I said, let me reiterate. You still don't forget. I mean, you definitely forgive. You can definitely forgive. And forgiveness, just to be clear, is not for that other person. It's for you. Because when you don't forgive, then you holding on to that person. You need to let him go. Let it go for your own sake. But you don't forget either. You learn from it. There's some people you might have dealt with. Hey, you forgive them, and, you ain't holding on to it, but you sure as heck remembering. And there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You learn. Then you don't make it again, and then you help other people. Because just by you changing, just everybody around you will start changing. But you got to start by letting some things go. All right? You have to let some things go. Because in order to move forward, you have to let go of that anchor. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I want y'all to keep rising. Peace and blessings.